Commence primary ignition.
What's up, guys? I'm Emily Swallow. If you're looking at this, you're watching the virtual Cantina network. This is the way.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the first news desk for Japan 2025 Star Wars Celebration. I'm Spencer from the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with my guy, Mr. Star Wars Sith himself, Tony. Brother, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I just got to work. I was kind of tired, but I'm pumped right now because we're going to just have fun talking about Celebration right now. Let's go.
Let's go. Guys, we're less than a year away. So much information has already come out, which is unusual for Celebration. Why do you think that happened, Tony?
So I thought that was so weird, and it's so funny. So many people on videos on my other lives asked, when do you think we'll get guests? And every single time I'm like, if we're lucky, January, but probably like February, March, the few months before. I think because it's so far out, one, they're trying to get people to go and plan ahead. And two, I think for the guests, they got to really book them in advance for them to plan around their careers and what they got going on to go. So I think it's a combination of that, the guests, and just to get us pumped and planning for it.
I agree, because we're already going to be paying an inordinate amount of money, whether it be hotels, flights, or anything of that nature. Giving us a little something right now is unusual, but it's welcome. It's like,
Yeah.
cool, But we're going to be talking about a whole slew of stuff throughout this entire broadcast. And we're very excited about that. Now, if you want to get your comments up, we love to put your comments up here and answer questions for you guys. Here, connect your StreamYards by going to StreamYard.com/Facebook. In that capacity, we'll see your name and you won't be a Facebook user. And we can put up your question for a live stream right there. But if you're not watching us here on the Virtual Cantina Network, I know Tony set it up over on his page. If you look at the QR codes to the side of Tony's face and my face as well, you can add yourself to our groups, whether it be the Virtual Cantina or Star Wars Sith. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell. Tony's just shy of 10,000 subscribers on his page alone, which is freaking fantastic. You're doing such a great job, dude. I'm very happy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And it's just fun. Like I do it just because I love Celebration. Like that's why I started my whole channel, was just because of Celebration. So it's not like I'm doing the videos just to get clicks or views or subscribers. I'm doing it because it's fun and because I wish I had this knowledge at my first Celebration. So I'm just trying to look out for everyone.
So when was your first Celebration? Let's hear a story.
So it started 2017. I was living in Orlando and I was driving down iDrive and I saw banners for Star Wars Celebration. I'm like, what the heck is this? So me and my buddy Ricky, he's in the chat, Pop the Bounty Collector. We got tickets for Thursday, Friday, because we're like, oh, 2 days should be enough. Let's go check it out. We went, had the time of our lives. And after that, we kind of were like, man, we should have did the whole weekend. So since then, we have not missed. We've been to everyone since then, all 5 days, 4 days, or 3 days for Japan. So that's what got me hooked. And now it's like I plan my life around it because it's just such a unique experience. I've never felt how I feel there anywhere else. Like it's insane. It's like a drug, a legal drug.
Oh, it literally is. I mean, for me, I watched the 2016 London from my work on YouTube, and I decided then there's no way in hell I'm not going to go to the next US one, which ended up being Orlando.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. I mean, with the first panel, with the 40th anniversary, I mean, I was balling when Harrison Ford came on because, Han Solo was my guy, as a child.
Yeah.
I play in a playground. I always want to be Han.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something, and Ashley hit right there. It's a sense of community you don't get anywhere else. I mean, you
Yep.
can go to Comic-Cons, but there's nothing like Star Wars Celebration. And being prepared for Star Wars Celebration will make you over prepared for any other con you go
Yep.
to anywhere else.
Oh yeah, hands down, 100%.
So,
For
like we mentioned
sure.
before, if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask in the chat, please feel free to ask. Ask away. Make sure that you are queued up to StreamYard so we can see your question and we can give the proper credit to everything that you are right there. But okay, let's also come to the interesting. So, obviously, we're going to Japan, which is the first time since 2008, and it was not pop. The footage on YouTube is very grainy. If there's anything of it,
Yeah.
One thing I noticed actually was that the guests, like Daniel Logan, had an 8x10 piece of paper with his prices written in Sharpie, like taped to the wall.
Yeah. A lot of the video I saw, it kind of was like super grainy, very old. Like you couldn't see a whole lot. So what I did was, it's the Makuhari Misi Convention Center. I just watched recent conventions there because I believe Tokyo Comic Con is in that same building, just to try to get a sense of like how organized it is, if there's signs in English so I think I watched either this year's or last year's Tokyo Comic Con, and there was a lot of signs in English, which was nice to see because like I can't read Japanese yet. So
I noticed you said "yet" there. So you studying?
I'll learn I was a little bit. So my younger brother's coming with me, and he's doing Duolingo. So now it's kind of like I'll just let my little brother figure everything out, and we'll make it work. But I'll probably learn a little bit. There's a couple YouTube videos that are like 3-4 hours long that go over the basics. I haven't watched it yet because it's so far out. I'll forget it, but maybe like the month before I'll watch it, and I'll watch it again on the flight over there. But I'm going to learn some for sure.
So one thing about Celebration is it's all very unique in its own ability. But the fact is there's some things about Celebration that you could probably guess at this point. Now, there's a lot of questions you could be asking Tony and I, and we want to just concentrate on, you got your tickets, now what? A lot of us have anxiety. We want to talk about what we know right now. And one of the things we've learned since Tony and I have been to the same amount of celebrations, what we've learned on how to prep for Celebration overall. Now, the first thing, because a couple of things that are pretty much, I think, the same, like in every one of them, like opening panel, whether that's going to be a Lucasfilm showcase, that ridiculous panel in Orlando, the 40th anniversary, that ruined panels for us forever. What are the things that, like, at this point, as far as going from celebration to celebration, is the absolute same that you can almost bank on having at the next celebration?
So definitely, I mean, it's probably a given because the last two celebrations, the first panel on the first day was the Lucasfilm Showcase panel, because in Anaheim it was amazing, London it was amazing. So I would say that's a safe bet. The panel for the second day, it's either going to be some sort of like Mando verse or Filoni verse or Ahsoka verse panel. Is going to be my best guess, because maybe it'll be like I don't know what they'll title it. They should just call it John Fav and Filoni, because that way they could talk about Ahsoka season 2, the Mando movie. So there'll be some sort of panel like that, and then we better get a Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary panel. Like, we have to have that. That's my favorite movie. I need that panel.
Well, I mean, Natalie's been hot as far as Star Wars lately. Like, she's doing another signing with SWU. She posted a picture on May the 4th. She commented that she'd be open to conversations.
Twice. She said that twice.
I know. So who knows? I mean, I don't know what her price point would be. I mean, if she's able to do her first signing at Celebration, fantastic. Or at least doing the panel, That would be absolutely insane.
Insane. I would go nuts. Like it just would be like full circle just to see Hayden come out on stage, Ewan and Natalie, and them just talk about making Revenge of the Sith, like funny stories behind the scenes. It just would be so meaningful, even if she doesn't do photos and autos, just to have her. Because at Anaheim, Hayden showed up. He was there all over, but he didn't do photos and autos at all.
Right.
He just popped up and was just chilling. So she could do the same thing for her first celebration. Because as far as I know, she's never been to one, right?
She's never been to a celebration. She's only done one public signing with SWU during COVID, and SWU just announced a second sign with her. But we actually really got a question right here from Josh Longworth. What up, Josh? What happened in the Orlando 40th panel? So basically, they had, you know, all the regulars like Mark Hamill, they had Anthony, they had Billy D, they had Peter, they had Warwick, they had Antony, but they surprised us with Harrison Ford, George Lucas.
Yeah.
Right after Carrie died, so Billy Lord came on stage and did the opening monologue of Princess Leia from the hologram, and then ended with a panel came up with John Williams and the Orlando Symphony Orchestra performing there.
So crazy.
Yep. So right off the bat, right there, so that was absolutely crazy from there. That was absolutely fantastic. But right now, I mean, first and foremost, utilize these QR codes that we have right over here. One goes right to the Virtual Cantina Network on YouTube, and the other one goes to Star Wars Sith. Ring that bell, subscribe to both of our networks. You know, we'll be coming up with content left and right. You know, if it doesn't come up on my page first, it's coming up on Tony's. Really, I can't preface that enough that if you don't hit one of them, the other one's going to get it. We're pretty quick on both ends of the spectrum.
You guys are a little bit quicker because I get a lot of my stuff. Like I'll check Facebook. I don't use Facebook for nothing except to check the Facebook group to see if there's any updates, because you guys have it up sometimes quicker than Star Wars does. I'm like, damn, I got to make a video real quick.
We try to, but yeah, we just hit 66,000 members. So thank you very much for all those people who joined us over on Facebook. We're just shy of 67, and it's been a week. So it's been absolutely redonkulous with that. But we got 4 guests so far. Let's talk about those 4 guests right now. We have Anthony Daniels, who's a regular, which is fantastic. He'll probably do a panel as well. He loves to host his panels. Miss Star Wars, Miss Disney, as I call her, Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah. I mean, she's always at pretty much every show, which is great. It's really good because you get an opportunity to meet her. So, yeah, it's no surprise that she's going to be there.
Then we have Tamora Morrison, which is fantastic considering the fact that it's not a long flight for him being in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Tam is great. You know, he's always very animated on his panels, very engaged. I haven't gotten to meet him yet. He's actually coming to Boston this summer.
Ooh, you have to meet him.
I meet him this summer in Boston, which I'm stoked about. Actually next month. But yeah, no, Tam, but wow. The wild card. We see him walking around the halls all the time at Celebration.
Yes.
Doug Chang. Holy crap.
Bro, I got to show you. I wasn't going to post this on my page yet. I'm going to show you what I'm having him sign. 1 second.
All right. So while Tony's getting at there, we got some great guests right off the bat. You know I'm planning on potentially bringing the Art of Star Wars, Art of Mandalorian book with me. I know it's a big coffee table book, but I'm probably gonna get that signed. I maybe grab an 8x10 from him. So, but bro, what are you looking to get signed?
So I had a custom plaque made because Doug Chang, he started with Phantom Menace. So I got one of his favorite concept arts that he drew, and I had it turned into a plaque. So episode 1, Phantom Menace, he drew. This is one of his favorite photos that he did, and like he has a cool story with it. That he finished this art and then he chased down George Lucas in the parking lot to have him approve this before it went official. And then it says Doug Chang, design director, authentic signature. So I am super hyped to just to get to talk to him because I have seen him everywhere. Like Anaheim, he walked right by me, and I'm like, oh, there's Doug Chang. That's so cool.
Right. I saw him in London. I was literally grabbing a cup of coffee at the front of the Excel Center, that cozy that was right there.
Yeah.
The door, and he's walking right there. And we literally left our coffees on the desk, ran over, got our pictures, and ran back to go pay for our coffee.
Yeah. So that's so cool that he's doing that. I wonder how much he's gonna cost. Like, I have no idea, but I really don't care, just because like it's his first time, and I just want to show him love and like support, like appreciate everything he did. I might even bring my Phantom Menace N1 Starfighter and have him sign that too.
That'd be awesome. You know, that's a funny thing. It's a good segue into our next thing right here, because right off the bat, keep in mind that unlike other Comic Cons, let's just throw that, whether you're going to MegaCon by you or Fan Expo Boston by me or Rhode Island Comic Con or C2E2 or anything of that nature, there's one price obviously that you have like when you go to a regular con, but there's an unofficial, what we like to call celebration tax. Whereas it's like 10 to 15% higher at Celebration. And it's mostly, what I think is that it's not like they're competing with, you know, a Marvel or Harry Potter or anime. It's all Star Wars. So like if you're going to get Hayden Christensen, let's just say at MegaCon or Boston, he might be $200. He may be close to $300 US as Celebration just because it's Celebration.
Yeah. No, that happened to me. Yeah, and it happened to me in London. So I bought my photo with Hayden at London, and it was like $225 or $250. I forgot what it was. It was low 200s, mid low 200s. The week before London, he was actually coming to MegaCon, and it was like $180 for the photo. So I'm like, I'm gonna do this. It's a no-brainer. So I took my London one and I changed that to other photos, and then I got them for $50 cheaper in Orlando. So there is that tax, so keep that in mind. But I guess it depends on like who it is. If it's someone who's rare and who rarely ever comes out, don't sleep on that opportunity. Like in London, that dual photo op that Hayden and Hewan did for the first time. Oh, the price was ridiculous, but like that was the first time ever, and who knows if they would have did it again. I hopped on that instantly.
I mean, I jumped on the dual Ahsokas, which they just did in Philadelphia. I did that in Philadelphia. They did that in Philadelphia recently, and they're doing it in Boston next month.
I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that in London. I was going to buy it when I got there because I was already buying too much stuff before. So I was like, I'll just do that as an impulse buy when I pull up. And it's sold out. That is a rare thing, kind of. Both Ahsokas together.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's something that was great, and I grabbed that. But I actually concentrated when I was in London. I concentrated on the actors that don't come over to the United States I got Mads over in London, but now he's coming over doing 2 shows in the United States in the next couple of months, doing Boston next month, right by me. But I also got the original Mon Mothma Carolyn. I got Michael Carter. I got Sean Crawford, Mike Edmonds. The actors that don't really come over to the United States, that's what I got. So I'm going to probably try to concentrate. I mean, I don't know how many of the actual live action actors live in Japan, but I'm going to try to concentrate on the actors that are more maybe European based, unless there's someone like a crazy, like if we get Natalie, there's no way I'm not going to be getting a Natalie autograph or a photo op while I'm over there.
Both photo, auto, and I hope she does one with Hayden.
That would be fantastic. But also, look, they just announced Mark is now the headliner for Fan Expo Chicago this summer. So he's done 2 cars. You know, if it wasn't like 3 weeks after the virtual Cantina family vacation, there was no way I was not going to go. But I can't justify like a trip for a week to California and then going to Chicago, go take care of that. But literally, I mean, he did San Francisco over Thanksgiving weekend last year.
I know.
And then Chicago. So
this
if Mark had run there, which is huge. I mean, he hasn't done anything since just after Orlando.
2017.
He did he did Orlando 2017, which I had a ticket and I sold it because I didn't have much money at that particular time. And then he did New York Comic Con that year, and then he dropped. And he even said, he even said right before New York Comic Con, he's taking a break and it won't be his last. Like he was talking on Twitter and stuff, saying that he's, you know, it won't be his last con ever. Am I addicted to pins like Tony is?
What up, Josh?
What up, Josh?
I got Josh addicted to pins now too.
So I am not addicted to pins per se. Like I'll go and find like the chase pins and all that. I love that. I'm a Funko guy, though. The Funkos really in the last couple of years have been really abhorrent. Really
lagging.
Like,
oh my God.
I hate that it's either a reprint or it's a chrome, which I don't need, or anything in nature. You know? So it's like but we have Frenzy in the chat right now who just basically said that he was in San Francisco for Mark, and you're gonna get all the feels.
I'm gonna cry. I already know. I'm gonna be crying so bad. I cannot wait to meet this man. It's freaking Luke Skywalker.
Absolutely. And then Patty Rowe, who's a big member of the Virtual Cantina. What up, Patty? He says he's really hoping Su Kang. Yeah, I need him on my Kenobi piece.
Ooh.
But Nally and Mark, mom and son, did you know?
Oh,
she just met him in the last year. How's that possible?
I know, but imagine if they both went and that was the option, a photo op, mom and dad. Oh, that would be the most expensive photo op in Celebration history. But it would be such a rare thing. Like, I'll figure it out, whatever. Wow.
Yeah. But the one thing I would say is that if you are in the United States and you have the opportunity to meet an actor, meet them now and just concentrate on what you need for Celebration, because you're going to get them cheaper and you'll be able to get more stuff. But also remember this. Don't sleep on anybody from the original trilogy.
No, Lord, no.
Peter Mayhew, may he rest his soul, died 2 weeks after Chicago, and he canceled off day one of con because he was not feeling well. Carrie died 3 months before Celebration Orlando 2017. Don't submit. If Billy D's there, if Ian's there, or if Anthony's there, do not sleep on anybody OT if you can help it. And even if you don't need anything, find something to get signed, just so you can say that you met them. I was like after, you know, Ashley just confirmed, you know, 2017 New York Comic Con was his last.
Mark,
and I was like, oh, I'll get him next year. Nope. You know, he was down in Chicago.
Yeah.
He took a video. He took the video for the next couple of celebrations, and he always tweeted about it. Don't sleep on anybody OT. I don't care what it is. And we talked about, you know, waiting for people coming to the United States. If they're OT, you never know. So back in 2019, they had timed autographs, which I thought was the best thing they did back at that time. You know, you're scheduled for that. And con ended, I think, around 4 o'clock that day. So I have a calendar on my phone where I put all my autograph times with alerts and all that jazz. So I, you know, copy, have it on my phone, because my OCD and my anxiety was going to get the best of me. My last autograph was 3:45, 4 o'clock on Monday with Peter.
Ooh.
He died 2 weeks later. So as soon as he passed, I screen capped my calendar, still on my phone.
Yeah.
I probably have one of the last ever Peter Mayhew autographs.
Oh, you're right.
And I have
a
So don't sleep on anybody OT. And I don't care if, like I said, that's the exception to the rule.
No, 100%. That's why when Mark got announced, I was in Phantom Menace and I saw your post on the group. It's your fault that I freaked out and I'm
always right now. Fault. We're talking.
But I saw it and I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. And this was during the pod race scene. So right away, I went to book a hotel through Expedia. I bought pass to the show. And then on Tuesday, I got the photo in the auto because, like, you never know. And that's my mindset. Like, Mark is so special and important to me in my childhood that I just had to do it because, like, what if he doesn't do another show after this? Or, God forbid, you know.
That's why I did the private signing during COVID with Harrison. Because I was like, we were passing because of COVID. And I'm like, I'm sending my item. I got the Regal Robot Carbonite plaque that I bought in Chicago. I shipped
Ooh.
that to the signing and got that done because I was like, what happens during COVID? Like, what he's,
Yeah.
a gentleman.
Yeah.
Frenzy just said he thought that, Mark was done for good. And then he jumped as soon as, San Fran was announced last year.
I tried to go so bad, but I couldn't because of freaking work, and it crushed my soul. Like a couple of my friends went, and their experiences were all amazing. I cannot wait to have that experience in August.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. So I want to talk about something that would be great for not only for your viewers, but also for mine. But before we get to that, I also want to plug this again. Click our QR codes. Let's get Tony to 10,000. Let's get the Virtual Cantina Network on YouTube over 2,000. So please scan both for our QRs right there. We greatly appreciate you guys being on here. If you got questions, ask them. We're wealth of knowledge between the two of us. So the first thing I want to talk about right now, and it's helped a lot of people, is called the Rule of Three. And I hit this all the time.
Mhm.
It's what you absolutely have to do, what you want to do, and what you want to do if you have time for.
Yeah. Yep.
So start taking notes, like watch our videos, do research. Like before I went to my first celebration, I watched a ton of YouTube videos like what Tony does right now, what other groups have done, listen to podcasts. Start making a list of things that you want to do that you absolutely, because you can't do everything. You try doing everything, you're not going to be able to do it. So if you have at least 3 things at every time period that you want to do, and if you can only get into one of those, you're going to get the best experience possible. I mean, Tony, you've done it and you try to do as much as you possibly can. It's just not feasible to do everything you want to do in those 3 to 5 days.
It's impossible. So yeah, that's the best bet, is to especially when the app comes out, download the app and you could kind of mark stuff that you want to do each day, but go in with the game plan. Okay, I want to get this exclusive, this pin from this booth first. Then I want to try to go to this panel. Then I have this autograph. Then I want to go hang out by the live stage to catch this person come out. Have a rough idea of what you want to do, but keep in mind, it's never going to go the exact way you plan, because you don't know what's going to happen if this person's late, if this is too crowded, so just have a general idea, but at the same time, go with the flow and enjoy what you get to do, even if it's not what's on your list. Because so many times I went in with this big old list and I got nothing done, but I did a million other things I didn't expect, and I had the time of my life.
Yeah, it's gonna be anxiety driven, entire time. Every celebration is, and you could try, like we said, you could try to guesstimate what's going to happen, but then something else pulls you, and you end up somewhere else that you don't anticipate. But if you have a general idea that, okay, I'm going to be spending, I have this photo up this time. I might, hopefully with the lottery, I get into this panel over here. Denise was late for her autographs right before the Jedi panel. And I just said to my friends, I'm like, give me your items and your tickets. Go into the panel. If I can get in there, I'll do it. And literally with 5 minutes to spare, I finished all the photo of the autographs that we had to get done. And I ran, and they actually saved me a seat in the panel. So
nice.
You never know. So JT,
what up, JT?
Times will overlap. Waiting in line for one, it could just be starting. Priorities. Practice the rule of 3. Okay? The rule of 3, once again, is what you absolutely have to do, what you want to do, and what you want to do if you have time to. If you're able to cover one of those at each time period, you're going to have the best time, because it's going to be everything that you want to do. But like Tony said, be flexible.
Yeah.
It'll be so insanely incredible. Like, let's just say the Star Wars show stage. You could be in the in London. That was right next to, literally, there was a entranceway to the Star Wars show stage from Autograph Hall. If something happened there, you could be busting ass to run over there just to catch it. And it might have been, I don't know, let's just say Emily. Who knows? Just be flexible, but also get ready for the time of your life. So right now, obviously, you have tickets. We both have tickets. We were texting each other. I was on your live stream beforehand.
Yeah.
the things that people are going to be asking about right now, and one of the things they're asking about right now is when Hotel Palooza is going to kick in.
Yep.
What's your guesstimate of when we're going to find out when the con official hotels are going to come out?
So I've been stalking some of the websites of the actual hotels that are directly next to it, and they don't even let you book out yet into April. I think they're towards the end of March, if I'm not mistaken. Hold up, I literally was just messing with it. So right now on one of their websites, it'll let you only book through actually nowhere near that. It's tough to say. I feel like all those, and one thing people are worried about is when they look on like Expedia or other sites, it shows that they're sold out. They've been sold out since London. I've been checking since London. So there's like 10 hotels directly next to the convention center. I mean, maybe in the next month or so, I would think. I don't know. I don't know what to think, because when I think one thing, the opposite happens.
Yeah, no, I mean, so like I've been checking booking.com, which a lot of people have been talking about on our page, which makes sure, you try to go over to our page. We're at Star Wars Celebration Japan fan group. We look for the one that has 66,000 members. There's other groups there, and they're all great. But look for the one that's 66,000 members. That's our group. We specialize in the fact we try to keep the celebration feeling around all year long and not disappear in the off season. We have meetups and all that. So please, consider joining with that. But so I've already booked my pre-con hotel in downtown Tokyo. And then I also booked a hotel by Tokyo Disneyland, which is about a 25-minute cab ride to get to Chiba. But it's 2 stops from downtown to downtown Tokyo to get to Disney, and a couple more to get to Chiba. But keep an eye, if you can jump on Hotel Palooza, do it. I have a couple other things, in the works right there. But I know, Tony, you had said that you had booked a couple of ideas just free cancellation.
Yeah, so with the Expedia, there's free cancellation. So I already have 2 hotels booked, one for the first 4 nights in Tokyo, and it's right next to Haneda Airport. So I did that on purpose. That way, if I'm super tired, as soon as I land, guess what? I'm getting my power nap in, or I'm going to bed till the next day. We'll see. But I have that hotel booked. I have one booked in Osaka for 2 nights for when I go to Universal and all that stuff. And the only thing I don't have booked yet is going to be my last 4 nights in Chiba next to the convention center, because there's really nothing available those dates in that whole area. There's a couple that are like 6 miles away, but like everything that's close within a mile, half mile, 2 miles, all says sold out. They're not up yet. I have a feeling that Star Wars bought out all 10 of those hotels and that they're all going to go to us, which would be kind of dope if because there's like 10 hotels that are within a mile, a half mile to a mile walking distance. That'd be so cool if every hotel was just all of us, like everywhere. That'd be an awesome experience.
So that's absolutely fantastic. And, it's always great. But keep an eye on that. Obviously, as soon as it goes live, I know Hotel Palooza for San Diego Comic-Con just went up about 2 weeks ago, and they just did the lottery for the the parking over there. So keep an eye out there. As soon as we know information, we're going to drop it on both of our pages as soon as possible. But the one thing we're going to tell you right now, get your passports. Make sure that you have your passport in time for celebration. Like, no, you need to have it for 6 months before. So make your appointment now. Now, because there's gonna be, man, and I'm gonna feel bad. I know it's gonna happen to some people. They're gonna slack and think they have time. Go do that right now. I'm pretty sure mine is good. Literally, though, now I'm a little worried. I'm gonna go check, and if it's not, I'm handling that today. I'm pretty sure it's good. I think mine's good till 2027. But like, look at your passports right meow and schedule that stuff. Schedule it, because I know like most you could do that like at the post office and like other places and stuff like that. So make it happen, because you'll get left behind, and we'll be there without you. Yeah, we'll be sending you videos. It might be 13 hours ahead of you. So, but it's gonna happen. But let's talk flights now. Since Celebration last year, I can't believe it's been last year already. I've been watching booking Hopper, just the tracker of comparable dates of what is.
Yeah.
And they just in the last 2 weeks put the dates up for when we're in Japan. So there's two major airports that you could fly into. They're talking. One is Narita and Haneda. Now, Narita is closer to Kanto.
Yep.
It's closer to Chiba, whereas Haneda is closer to downtown Tokyo. Now, right now, I'm looking at personal flights that I can leave from Boston Logan with a layover in Toronto and go to Narita. Now, Narita is an hour and change drive from the airport to where I'm staying. It's only, but if I flew to a closer hotel, airport, which is closer to my hotel, which is Haneda, it's $600 more to fly into that hotel, to that airport versus to Narita. But it's $50 more on a cab to fly into the further hotel, the further airport. So do what's best for you and best interest for you. I mean, for me, an extra hour or it's change, but for $50 more versus $600 more. I mean, honestly, an extra $600, that might be a Mark Hamill autograph.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to do too. I was looking at Haneda, but like whenever the flights are available, I'm going to look at both airports and see what's the better deal. I don't mind a little driving around, commuting, whatever. If it's going to save me a few $100 that I could drop in the Celebration store and get a bunch of blind boxes, pins, and a bunch of merch. So that's the biggest thing, checking both airports. I want to say there's a third airport too that's somewhere in the vicinity that might be worth double checking as well. But definitely, I think Haneda and Narita are the ones that are like have the most flight options.
Right. So other things to talk about as well, just to cover that, is I've had an exchange app on my phone since London. It's called XE. And it's available in Google Play as well as the App Store for the iPhone. Right now, the exchange rate is $1 to 153 yen. So right now, I will actually say to you, download that app so you have it on your phone. We're always looking. And plus, also, if you're on the spot, you could type in, because if you're looking at something that says 357,000 yen, you're gonna be like, holy shit. Like what? But if you're looking at, on the app, you're like, okay, so that equivalates to $2,000 or $3,000 US. Or you might be getting a meal that might be like, 50,000 yen, but might be like $29 US.
Yep. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. And you could literally order yen now. I think my boy Ty, he already has yen. So like I have Bank of America. Literally, you can go to the website, type in foreign currency, and you could order yen and they'll send it right to you. So you could have that now. So like for anybody that has like Celebration money saved to the side, that's going to be for Celebration anyway, you might as well turn it into yen and just have that now while the exchange rate is like really, really good in our favor.
Absolutely. So right now, what I'm looking to do in the next month or so, probably just after Festival Boston, before the virtual Cantina family vacation, which if you're in the California area, you need to be at. It's going to be the trip of the year. Start putting $100 a month, maybe like you can go exchange that. Now, here's the thing that I always recommend. Your bank is always going to have the best rate unless you're taking out a lot of money at the ATM. Like I got a great rate in London, and because I took out like $500 US for that, while I was there to go to Cantina too, because they had a bunch of autographs that were only cash only. Unless you are taking out money in bulk, don't do like to tap the ATM, oh crap, I need $50, $100, kind of scenario. Get money now, start putting away like $100 a month, in yen into an envelope so you have it right from there. But we'll talk about this as well. Now, the question from Frenzy, do we think Rosario is going to be there? I was surprised if Rosario was not there, especially with
Yeah.
season 2, and also they're starting to film this summer Mando and Grogu. So
Yeah, even in where was it? In Anaheim, I think they were filming Ahsoka, and she still pulled up that Saturday to the panel.
right, so
So
I think she will absolutely.
yeah.
So I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Right then and there to take care of that Ahsoka. But as Celebration always is, first and foremost, as soon as autographs go on sale,
Ooh. You see,
Saturday, yeah,
Mike in the
I'm
chat is
actually going to look directly at the page right now just to get a confirmation. Because
ooh.
not that I don't trust you, Mike. I do. Nothing on their official social yet. So
Oh yeah, but on the thing on their site, if you go to try to buy it, yeah,
yeah. So I'm gonna wait. It might be, but the thing is that it might be also in people's carts
carts,
right
yeah.
now. So if you want to jump on Saturday right now. Ashley, if you are actually watching right now, if you could make a post on our page right now that Saturday is looking closed out, please do. But you exchange it through your local
Oh,
AAA.
nice.
Brad, that's awesome. Great looks. Good to see you there, Brad. So looking into everything that's going on right now, cash it. I would say order your autographs and your photo ops pre-sale. Reason I'm saying that is
Yeah,
if it sells out, you already have it. And 2, that's more money in your pocket when you walk into con because you already pre-ordered your item.
yeah, yeah. No, that's really, really smart because that way you could just do it now with your regular card. You don't got to worry about converting nothing. It'll do it automatic. That's what I love for London too, doing everything beforehand. That way I didn't have to worry about conversion. Just do it now. And even for like your traveling stuff, if you're going to like Shibuya Sky or Universal or Disney, like go through Klook, order that stuff now. That way, once you're there, you don't have to worry about a thing or convert nothing.
Absolutely. So right then alone, make sure you take care of that. But also, as in any other cons, when you're doing the vendors and stuff like that, cash is always king.
Oh
So
my God, yes.
make sure you have cash on you that you don't have to be hitting your ATM because some people got skimmed, like in London. But like I said, get cash before you go, and if you need to tap ATM, get it in large amounts. That way the exchange rate's gonna be a lot better, and you're not gonna be hit with foreign fees, et cetera, start from there. But Tony, I talked to you the other day, and I put up a post about the prepaid card, which I cannot
Oh,
pronounce. I don't want to insult anybody in Spanish.
the Suka card, not the Susia card. Suka, yes. Dude, the minute you put that up, right away I went same thing. So I have 3,000 yen on my Suka card right now, or maybe it's pronounced Suica. I don't know, but yep. So I did that as a start, and I'll add more once I get there. I'm gonna kind of gauge and see how much I spend on average per day taking. But you could use this in like 7-Elevens too, right? And like other
Yeah,
places.
and all the vending machines. So there's a show out there called Ordinary Adventures, which
Bro,
is a
I
very
love
good.
them.
So they did a whole thing in Japan recently, and they actually went to the Godzilla Hotel, which I actually booked, in Tokyo, and they talked about with their Apple Pay, hooking up the Sukiya card, tapping right there, grabbing their coffee, Fanta, whatever,
Everything.
it there. Both Tony and I literally, after I put the post up, we both put $20 up on
Right
there,
away.
2,000. I have it attached to my Apple Watch, so I can tap that as well.
Yep.
Take care of that. There's other cards out there, like if you have an Android, because those cards are not available on the app on Apple yet. There are other things out there. It's just the most popular one, and they're doing away with hard copy cards. So it's all going to be digitalized when we're over there.
Yep. No, that's super convenient, and you could just load the money right from your phone. You don't have to do anything. So I am glad that I did that early. My brother did it too. And Ricky did it too. We all did it.
That's fantastic. One thing, first of all, was thank everybody, the 28 people that are watching throughout, whether or not you're watching it through Star Wars Sith Virtual Cantina Network, Facebook, or on our X, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it these days. Now, is it tweeting or is it Xing? I still
I
there's a
don't
debate.
know. Yeah. I still call it Twitter, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on, X, get out of here.
We gotta hammer the Twitter. You know, it's just basically what you have to do. But
Yeah.
let's talk about autograph prep. So if you're going to other cons or anything in nature, as far as doing autograph stuff, some of the things we recommend to have in your bag. Now, Tony, you talk before we talk about autograph. What are some of the essentials that you need to have in your bag?
So I literally just made a video about this, what to have in your backpack for celebration. So definitely a water bottle. That's why I have my Boba Fett Owala bottle. I got this for Anaheim and I've used it at London and I'm bringing this to Japan. So definitely a water bottle because you can fill them up at the show and it's way cheaper than buying beer and soda. Because like at Celebration Chicago, we bought so many beers, man, and it just adds up so quick. So water bottles a must. Some sort of power bank. So like, you know, there's the brick kind of power banks. I have like this one here. There's that style. There's like this one here that literally just magnets on the back of your phone like this. And like right now my phone's charging and it's just this little attachment right here. So this thing, super convenient. So definitely having something like that. And then a poster tube is always a good thing to have, even if you don't bring posters, because there's usually free posters everywhere, like at panels, at vendors. So a poster tube is definitely good to have.
Yep. One of the accordion ones, because if you're packing it, it's your suitcase, and then you could, you know, put it up there. And one of my moderators, Dave O'Neill, gave me this great idea, is that instead of having, you know, my big con backpack and then a sling poster tube on me, is I actually bungee my poster tube to
on the bottom of the backpack.
Yeah, so you know, I have, you know, my saber or anything in there, but it's right there, like a little antenna, but it's on my side that I can take off my bag. Okay, unscrew the top, extend the accordion from there, and to get, you know, have my posters right there. So just ideas, but please continue.
Yep. So you got all that. Definitely snacks. Because I can't tell you how many times where you think you're gonna have time to get lunch, but you're running from booth to panel to autograph to red carpet Kenobi premiere, and you don't get to eat it all. So definitely have snacks in your bag just in case the lines are crazy. And another thing is this Itoya art portfolio that comes in many different sizes. I have this for my photo ops and like autographs. So like literally all the photos go in there. They're protected. I always print out all my QR codes in the case my phone doesn't work. There's no connection. I can't get my screenshot. So I keep that in here. So I keep a lot of stuff in this Itoya. It's very, very useful.
Yes.
And I have two different sizes, a smaller one, and then I have a big one for like the prints that I get. So
yeah, I got 11 by 17 and I got my 8.5 by 11 over here. I always carry that with me. Any kind of go, and I actually have. So just to let you guys, everybody know, first and foremost, is do not store your autographs in top loaders. Now, top loaders are great if you're not gonna bring an Itoya with you to con to transport it back home. But after a while, temperatures will cause the heat to melt on top of your autograph, and you're going to end up destroying it. So getting the Itoyas, either bring your Itoyas with you or doing a top loader, and as soon as you get home, move it over to your Itoya. It has acid-free paper and sleeves in there that will not destroy your autographs. So it's our supplies. You can get them at Michael's. A lot of my paint pens, my Sharpies. You know, I'm a big paint pen fan, and honestly, I like to bring my own pens with me because how many people have gotten autographs in the past at a con and the pen's dry and the actors don't give a shit at all. Like they'll just sign away until that pen is dead. So I bring my own Sharpies. I bring my own like paint pens, multiple colors. You know, there I have a pencil case with me with, you know, all the different colored paint pens, whether it's Deco or Craft Smart premiums that you can get from Michael's, which are two of my favorite kind of paint pens, and a couple of Sharpies on me, you know, just in case, you know, I need something quick right in front of me. Making sure that you're set. I also, The printed QR codes is genius. Absolutely.
What's up, Lacey?
How are you? Let's put your post over there. Great comment right here also from John that arcades take the cards as well.
Ooh, good, because I want to do those gotcha machines. There's so many little figures that I'm going to be looking for.
Oh yeah, and like I said, once again, watch the videos most recently in the last 3 or 4 months from Ordinary Adventures.
Oh, I watched all of them.
Have the Tokyo ones, and they're fantastic. I've watched them like 3 times in the last week, like all their videos. Talking about downtown Tokyo and Disney. Like I'm watching stuff about Tokyo Disneyland and Seas, which we could talk about at a future video from there. But making sure that you're having there. But I also bring with me as well is I actually have a thing because I'm a big autograph head. Like I mentioned, I was talking to Tony before the show. Like I spent my entire miserable life in autograph hall in Chicago. Literally, I went to one panel and got 27 autographs and 7 photo ops. But I bring with me painter's tape as well as Post-its. Because the thing is, sometimes they're assembly lining and they might stop their own Post-it on there. I have their own Post-it on there with an arrow saying that, like I'm prepping my autographs before I even go.
Yeah, that's smart.
My line is right there. Like above me, which you can't see, I have the Black Series Vader helmet. And on one side, I have Hayden's sign on it, but I have him sign on 2 sides of the helmet. One side of the helmet in red says, in blue says, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker." On the other side, I did, but I had it with 3 different Post-its that were painter taped. The "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker" in blue, I did in red, and then had him sign in silver.
That is so sick. So
prepping your autographs with painter's tape and, but you can do that in your hotel, but having the supplies that at any moment, like, damn, there's 150,000 people right there alone. I can't deal with, waiting for, what do you want your quote to be? What about that? If you're pre-prepped and you have your supplies, you can do that while you're in line. You could be priming your paint, pens while you're online for your autograph. Shaking it up right there, testing it on a Post-it, testing on whatever piece of paper. Your interaction is going to be so much better. They'll be like, wow, you're so prepared for what you're doing. Why not get yourself ready? Lila just says, Black Friday sales, bigger discounts. Michael's always has sales.
Yeah.
Check the app, check the website. I buy my pens in bulk. I buy my Itoyas in bulk. I have Itoyas for my main collection, but I also have Itoyas personally that I bring to cons.
Yeah.
Like I have a separate Itoya for cons that I have for my storage. So the other thing about Celebration is, and Tony can attest to this, is the amount of friends that you're going to make, even online. People bitch about the lines. But honestly, and I used to hate the lines myself until I went to Celebration. And I have
the best part
because I met so many members from the group or made friends and started talking to them, in the middle of the night when we had the overnights back in Orlando, just hanging online, is that you never know. But the thing is that the party does not stop.
Yep.
When you're kicked out of the hall at 7:00. There's other events out there to go to, whether it be the 501st Bash, if you're able to get a ticket, which the Bash has always been fantastic. I went to Orlando, had the Bash at a hotel, and had Weird Al performing it at a full set. 3,000 Star Wars fans singing Saga Begins. Like, Chicago, they rented out the whole Science and Aviation Museum and had a Canto Bite night with full-fledged gambling happening there, and people dressed up like they're a Canto Bite. The one in London overlooked the Thames, So look out for events like that. And the Virtual Cantina Network already announced in true fashion that the night before Celebration, we will have an event. We don't know what it's going to be. Maybe a Ubuntu Eve, might be a not so virtual cantina, but we will have an event the night before Celebration to kick it off, which is a great way for anybody to come over if it's your first time or a family reunion type thing. Come out, have a couple of drinks, get to know people, because you're going to meet so many people, even if it's your first time, that you'll be, oh my God, I met you last night. Yeah, it was great hanging out with you, blah, 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 blah. Tony, the memories that you make, even outside of celebration or even when you're in line, are almost as important as celebration itself.
I think that's my favorite part. When people ask, like, what's the best part of celebration? It's just the people. It's just the people that you meet. Like, I've met people at every single one that I still talk to. Like, even like Josh in the chat, met him in London. I still talk to him all the time. My homeboy Nevo and his father met him at London, ran into him every day in London. I ran into his dad at ICC Con last year, ran into both of them at MegaCon this year. I'm about to see them in Chicago again. It's like they're like family now. I see them all the time. So it's like you make those relationships, and like it's just from being in line to get into the show store, to get into this booth. And it's just that's the best part. In London, I did too many panels. In Japan, I'd rather spend more time on the floor or in lines just to talk to people and hang out and meet people.
Yeah. So celebration, honestly, is what you make of it. Don't like, we have a member of one of our moderators, Mike, who went to almost all the celebrations, but up until he joined our group, had no idea there were after parties. Like, he went by the full schedule of celebration and went back to his hotel room. You can burn the candle at all ends, and we do. Like, we'll go out, party out tonight, get up early morning, 2 hours before con to get online, still hungover. But guess what? It's worth it. Like, celebration. I know we all went out for dinner the last night of London, and in the middle of dinner, I almost face planted into my food because the adrenaline war. I'm like, I'm done. I handed like whatever pounds I had in my wallet to one of my friends and said, I'm tapping out. I got a flight in the morning. I still have to pack. Like, the adrenaline's there. So go to events. If they open up, go to them. Honestly, you will be so happy you did. And also, hotel lobbies, there's swag trading. There's people hanging out, having drinks, talking about it. Sometimes you might see an actor, go at the bar. I'm not going to name names, but there's people who have been at the bar doing shots with us, just after celebration, if you're at the right hotel. So celebration is what you make of it. And honestly, when people say I'm only going to one, I call shenanigans, because you get the bug.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're done right away. Even in London, like there's so many people that went and like they were only going to go for 1 day or 2 day, and like they watched my videos and they asked me like, should I do more? And I said, if you can afford to go more than 1 day, do it and you will not regret it. And so many people said, man, I bought an extra day because of you. I came all 4 days because of you, and I'm so glad. You were so right. Like, yeah, once you go, it's so unique, you're not going to stop.
And the thing is that, people say, oh, the same celebration. Honestly, there's certain elements of it that are the same, but no celebration experiences are like.
Yep. No, exactly. And it's funny because like when I went to London, I was like, how is this going to be compared to the 3 US ones that I went to? And it did feel the same in a lot of aspects, seeing the same people and like, kind of the same, like this stage, this panel, but it was very different in other ways. So it's definitely a combination of both for sure.
All right. I want to confirm right now. I'm looking at the ShowClick site. Saturday adults are in fact sold out.
Yep.
So just if you were looking to get a Saturday ticket, unless they offer more, which I don't know if they are going to, make sure that you get tickets for the other days, and make sure that you're in there, if you're planning, waiting for payday or anything like that,
I think once they Celebrations Instagram officially post that Saturday sold out, I think Friday is going to go so quick because people are going to panic and buy it right away. Because like, I bet you there's a lot of people that like, oh, if they're there now, they'll be there. This is the beginning of the downfall of the tickets.
So congratulations to everybody who were able to get, and honestly, like we said before, if you got 3 single day tickets, it was only $7 to $8 more for the 3.
So worth it.
As opposed to getting a 3 day. So you're getting 3 key arts at that point. But yeah, so Tony and I will do other videos throughout the, as the lead up towards celebration, other lives. Is there any questions in the crowd? We got close to 30 people in there, which we appreciate. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is our labor of love. We love Celebration. We love our communities. We love Star Wars in whatever facets it's in there. But does anybody have any last minute questions for us before we sign off for the night? And I want to thank everybody also. Star Wars in itself, we know and we crack jokes that no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. Honestly, Star Wars is for everybody. And it doesn't matter what you like or where your entry point is, that's someone's memory. So remember that. You might not like the sequels. Okay. You might not like the prequels. It's okay. But don't yuck someone else's yum. The one thing that we grew up knowing is that George made these movies for kids. We're adults now. Let's kind of act like it, you know? Like someone might really love one point that you don't like, and it's okay. You can disagree.
Yep.
Just be an adult about it. Like, you know, have that. I say I honestly disagree with you, you know, but this is my opinion. But I'm not going to trust somebody that you're not a Star Wars fan. We're all Star Wars fans, and it's up to us in our Celebration communities to spread the love and the joy of not only Celebration, but also Star Wars overall. And just enjoy Star Wars for whatever it is. So there's Josh just said that he hasn't seen many VIPs on eBay. Maybe they're working around scalpers. It's very possible.
Yeah, because it's so tricky. Because like, if you were to buy it, you would have to meet that person in Japan, meet a stranger to pick up a badge. Like, I don't think that's gonna be.
Oh, when they made that announcement, bro, I was so ecstatic that it's all will call because my anxiety is already on a 12 going into Celebration any cons, and I was sweating going to London before my tickets arrived. If I knew that I was going to be on a 13, 14-hour flight and still have to get my ticket and still my tickets didn't arrive and then have to go to will call, I would have been pissed. Like my anxiety, I would have been sweating, hyperventilating. The fact that we're all going to be there, I heard from people who were like at will call in not only in London but also in Anaheim that the ticket pickup was so smooth. It was so easy. They were online maybe an hour, if that, and there were tens of thousands of people there.
Yeah, at Anaheim, I remember everybody had to go do like the wristband, the show the vaccine card and get the wristband, and I thought that was gonna be like crazy because everybody had to go, and it was the smoothest process ever. So I feel like in Japan, I think just as a culture, they're more organized. Period. That pickup should be the smoothest pickup ever, and I'm excited to see how that works.
So anyway, first and foremost, please make sure that, which I'll put up the graphic right now as well. Both QR codes are right there for both Tony and mine. Mine is right by me for the Virtual Cantina Network on YouTube, as well as Tony's right there. Let's get Tony to 10,000. Let's get us over to YouTube. Join our Facebook group, which has 66,000 members worldwide, close to 27,000. A couple of quick plugs as well that I want to do while I'm here is don't forget the fact that this summer, if you're in California, we have the Virtual Cantina Family Vacation with 3 different versions of Boonta Eve with different actors on all of them. Right now, we have already our first T-shirt for Star Wars Celebration Japan, the Virtual Cantina in Japan T-shirt, which is available on our TeePublic, which is tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. We also have our special offer, our Virtual Cantina hockey jerseys, which are great, which you can use for fall and winter cons or even in Celebration. We all rolled up to the 501st Bash in London wearing them, and we looked like we belonged, which was great. Yeah, we were on enemy territory, but we blended in. But yeah, I mean, Tony, do you have any stores or anything that you want to plug?
So actually, I think I have a live. So this Monday at noon, I'm doing one of my monthly live Celebration Q&A. So similar to this. So definitely swing by. It's Monday the 13th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I have another one later in the month. Honestly, though, I might start just doing one a week. We'll see. Just because these are just so much fun, just talking with everyone and all that. So I have that going on right now. That's really it. Nothing else crazy I could think of until Acolyte comes out. Then I'll be doing like reaction videos to Acolyte when that drops. But yeah, just that monthly live Q&A. Japan, baby.
Awesome. Can't wait. Well, first and foremost, Tony, thank you for joining me today. It's been an absolute blast. We got some great information out there. And if you got ideas or anything, please make sure you put the comments down below. Tony and I will answer questions. This will be available on demand, not only on the Virtual Cantina Network, but we'll also link over to Tony, so he'll be available on Star Wars Sith. But we'll be doing these more often as well, so we can answer the questions together. Information that I know, information Tony knows, as well as the typical programming that we typically do. Virtual Cantina Network has 5 or 6 live shows a week. We got a show tomorrow. I believe tomorrow is the Unifying Force, which is a philosophy of Star Wars type of show. And then on Monday is Rebels Revisited, where they're actually going to do a live watch along of Jedi Knight from Rebels,
nice.
Which was the Kanan Demise episode. So bring your Kleenex.
Ooh,
Yeah,
no. That
right
still hurts.
I know.
And I literally just got his lightsaber in.
Oh, for real.
Rest in peace, Kanan.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Very cool. But Tony, you want to say anything before we sign off?
No, thanks for having me on. It was a blast. And then if anyone's watching this on the replay, hit that like button, drop a comment with your questions. We'll get back to you. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So thank you very much for everybody joining us. We had a great crowd today, very lively. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to do much more of this. And as we gear up, Celebration is going to be here well before you know it. It's going to go by fast. So make sure that you like us, subscribe to all of our groups and everything like that. And from Tony and Star Wars Sith and Spencer from the Virtual Cantina Network, we're going to say, may the Force be with you.